Alright, time now is 11:12 a.m. on October 7th. Um, yeah, I slept from like 3:15. Okay, first of all, I went to bed at 3:15 and I did not immediately fall asleep. I probably fell asleep at around 4:30, thanks to the milk tea I drank last dinner. And then I naturally woke up at around 10:20, but I wouldn't leave the bed until 10:50. So I probably had about 6 hours-ish of sleep, and it's all natural. So I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. Yesterday I only watched one episode of The Bear. I don't know why, but yesterday was extremely unproductive for me. I just wasn't motivated to do anything at all. Hopefully today I'm less unproductive. Also given the fact that I'm staying at home the whole day today. It's Saturday, and legend says that it's going to rain and it's going to have a wind storm, typhoon to be exact. But given that it's sunny outside right now, I don't think it's actually going to happen. I'm not sure. But either way, I have nothing to do, and I am going to stay home the whole day, which is going to save me so much time, like transportation to wherever, or like showering. So yeah, hopefully I watch 3 episodes of The Bear and a movie, and draw a little bit, edit some Japan vlogs, chill out, and that's pretty much it. I don't have any new or interesting notifications at all. Nothing. Nada. Nope. Um, yeah, I don't know. 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 I just really want a third job. I just really want a third part-time job. Um, yeah, hopefully Chunhua finds some English tutoring for me. I actually emailed the film workshop that I found out about yesterday, and hopefully they read it. And about the copyrighted music, I don't know. I asked Retablo to help me write a keyboard cover, and that's it. Even though that probably still needs a copyright license, but I'm just gonna roll with it because I emailed Universal Group last night or yesterday afternoon, and they didn't read it. Today's Saturday, they're not gonna read it. Tomorrow's a Sunday, they're not gonna read it. And then 2 days later, it's a Monday, and it's the deadline. So I have to submit the short film by then. So, you know, then what's the fucking point? Anyways, 40,000 Hong Kong dollars, that's fucking stupid. That's actually fucking stupid. Like, even in the US, I looked it up, it's like 50 US dollars, 100, which is affordable. This is insane. 40,000, come on. That's 5,100. That is like 3 months of rent. Like, come on. That I can buy 3 amazing Sony lenses with $5,100 just for song. Fuck no. And this isn't even like a huge project or anything. It's just like a little playful thing. It's just some fun. So this is actually silly. It's goofy, and I'm just gonna use a cover, and I'm gonna submit that to the IFVA. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And if there are future festivals, and if the other composer gives me a new track, then I'm going to use that to submit to other festivals, I guess. And yeah, not much else. I'm going to do the tripling application thing today, and I'm going to, I don't know, whatever. I'm going to whatever, chill. I have nothing to do. I have nothing interesting to do. Again, 3 goals. Meet interesting people, make 20K, a little bit of a short film. Also, my arms are so sore, but it's this different. I don't know what sort of push-ups I did yesterday, but now it's not shoulder, it's like my armpits are sore. Like the muscles around my armpits are sore. And like this, which I think is good. I mean, this is upper chest, but I don't know, like my triceps are fine. Normally after I do push-ups, my triceps are broken, but this is different. It just feels so weak. I feel so weak. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm gonna start developing a habit of going downstairs to exercise twice a week. I think that's good enough. You know, leg day, leg and shoulder day, and then the other day would be your normal chest and abs day. Time now is 10:32 p.m. There's not a lot to be said. There's not a lot to talk about. Nothing happened today. I stayed home the whole day. Real simple. It's like one of those days back in LA where nothing happens. Well, today nothing happened. Yeah, no interesting notifications, like nothing. Nada. Um I yeah, Film 33, the new Film 33 has done their first drill, so they're quite fast. They're quite caught up on speed. It's only been a month and they're already doing their first drill. I don't know what to do in terms of the copyrighted music, but I'll go along with the cover music. It's also typhoon signal number 3. It didn't rain here. It didn't rain. There was a bit of rain in Kowloon and other parts, but it didn't rain here. So I could have done exercise today, but wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, one interesting moment would be I got a phone call from HKTA. You know, back in 2021, I would keep getting phone calls from them, and it would be annoying because by then I've given up. Because by the time I started getting phone calls from HKTA, I have to prepare and I have to start packing to leave to go to LA. But now I'm back and I desperately need the help of HKTA. So HKTA called me and asked me if I'm interested to go to Chunwan 3 days a week to see a girl and teach her English, which is a great fucking deal. If not, it's in Chunwan. It takes 1.5 hours for me to go from here to there. So back and forth, 3 days a week. That's like $20 times 6. That's 120. And plus, I have to go every Wednesday, and I'm sorry, I have to go to my mom's company on Wednesdays, so it's not going to work out. I'm sorry. But it's a good thing that they called, because once they call, they're going to start calling again and again and again, and hopefully they find one that's closer to me, even if I have to cross the harbor, like if it's in Mongkok or Simsajo, like TST, I can go. And it's good, because it was well paid as well. It was a secondary school girl, Form 5, I believe, and it was $230 per hour. That's really fucking good. That is like 6 times more money that I'm earning going to the Christian interview place. 6 times. I just don't want to go that far. You know, if I live in fucking Shamshui-po, then I would say yes, because it's a 20-minute. But no. So I don't know. Hoping for the best. Yeah, in any case, I'm confident that I'll be able to find a third job, because even though it seems desolate, but for some reason, because I have so many connections, like Chunhua is helping me find some, hopefully that film workshop in South Hong Kong is going to respond to my email, and then we got the HKTA rolling. If not, I'm going to keep going on parttime.com. And if not, worst case scenario, I get no tutoring opportunities. Maybe on Fruit Chance set, maybe I can get paid a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, next week, funny enough, I'm super fucking free. Really extremely free to a T. On Monday and Thursday, I promised to go to the Christian interview place. I told him I'm free on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I'm also free on Friday, but you know what? I want to take a rest. And he said, sure, Monday and Thursday. So here we go, Monday and Thursday. So that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, I'm going to go to work. Unless it's Typhoon Signal 3. If it is, then I'm not. I low-key do wish I go to work. In the off chance I run into the producer guy, Paco, who helped me produce Dreams of an Empty Street, so that I could say a hi or tell him about the IFVA copyright issue. Oh, I should have fucking asked Chinois for help, even though he probably wouldn't be able to offer much help. Yeah, and maybe he has a way to get me to the UI Shinji masterclass. I don't know. I still need to see UI Shinji. I'm gonna stand outside of that theater, hoping that he's gonna come in, or hoping that at least he says hi. Like, I don't know. I realized that it's actually different rooms in the same cinema. It's different theaters in the same cinema. So it's actually a possibility that UI Shinji will keep having that quote unquote masterclass in the next room while we watch the movie, which is absolutely depressing. Please don't do that to me. Yeah, but even so, it's not the end of the world. It's sad, but gotta accept it. It's the truth. And let's see. Yeah, all screenings are full. Oh no, it's the same. It's the same house. It's the same house. House 6. There's a chance I'm seeing UI Shinji then. But it's different for Perfect Days, though, is it? It's different for Perfect Days. Hold on. It's 24th? No. Oh no, it's 26th. Perfect Days. October 26th. Yeah, House 6 THX. So this one is probably, I don't know. I don't think Yakusho Koji is showing up. This one still got tickets? No way. Never mind. Okay, well, too bad. Apparently tons of people still want to go. Some of my mom's students bought 6 tickets. I got 4. So I'm already pretty hardcore. But some of them bought it like immediately and was able to get to the closing films and the opening films, you know, the opening screenings. Yeah, next time I will buy them like ASAP. I really wish I could see UI Shinji. Really do. I mean, may happen in the future. Maybe in 20 years or so, maybe I'll see him. You know, you never know. You never really know. But yeah, I spent a whole chunk of today like doing research on Chinese history. I don't know why. Like, once I'm bored, I either go down in a whirlpool of pain and suffering and depression, or I just nerd out. Like right now, I just spent like a few hours fucking downloading maps and making a gigantic Google Doc. I'm just nerding out. So, yeah. Alright, time now is 12:05 afternoon on October 8th. It's Typhoon Signal 3 now, I believe, so I don't need to go to work. So, thus I am. Slept from 3:40 a.m. to like 11:30. I just can't stop sleeping later and later. I just can't. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to sleep earlier tonight though. And had a small dream, but I don't really remember much from it other than it's Typhoon Signal 8 in my dream. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Not much else. Not a lot is happening. I want to catch up with Ken. I want to talk to Ken about Film 33. You know, I want to do that. I want to talk to Natalie, actually, because I feel like there's a lot we can talk about, but there's also nothing at the same time. But she's always so busy. I hope HKTA calls me again, you know? Yeah, I've like nothing to do today again, basically. I'm gonna film a movie review, edit a bunch of videos, perhaps, watch some anime, draw. I haven't drawn at all in the last 2.5 weeks. I've been in Hong Kong. I need to start drawing. My chest is still sore as fuck, which is great news. It needs to be sore. I want to be thick, like in the fucking Z-axis. Grow tall on the Y-axis, grow wide in the X-axis, grow thick in the Z-axis. All axes, you know? So it's good. Maybe if it's not Typhoon 3, or maybe it's not Typhoon 8 tonight, if it's only Typhoon 3, I and my mom and my dad will go out to have some seafood dinner with some other people, so that's cool. I like seafood. Otherwise, I'll be doing more research on the Chinese history stuff. Strike while the iron is hot. While I'm obsessed, might as well keep doing research until I lose interest, and then the next time I have interest again, I just keep doing it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yippee. Yippee. Yeah. Nothing else. Nothing else. Alright, time now is 10:36 p.m. So, yeah, nothing happened today. Part 2. It's Typhoon number 8 right off the bat in the morning, and now it's actually number 9, so I can't go anywhere. The seafood dinner's canceled. There's no work. Nothing has happened at all. I spent most of the day not being motivated to do anything as well. I did tons of research for the Chinese history stuff. I'm digging so freaking deep that I can't even find Wikipedia pages that explain the things I'm asking for. There's a capital city called Lim'an, and I wanted to know the layout of that city and the layout of that palace, but it's extremely difficult for me to find the map of that specific palace, plus the fact that that city is only the capital for once and for a very short period of time. So it's really difficult, but it's really fun doing research. Contrary to belief, I have lots of food to eat. Like, yeah, I have lots of food to eat. Like, dinner was quite big, and I even played the Grand Budapest Hotel for my parents a little bit. My mom's really impressed with the production design, but has felt bored by it because, of course, she's bored by everything. But, you know, it's cool and all, and, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna draw a little bit if I have time later, which I definitely do, hopefully. I don't know. And tomorrow, if the typhoon signal number 8 goes away, which it definitely will, because the government will always randomly make a typhoon disappear, to make sure the stocks continue. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna wake up early, head to work, go to Kuntong at 10 a.m., and, it's going to be cool and stuff. I'm gonna get paid, hopefully. Oh, yeah, one extremely interesting thing is while having breakfast or lunch, however you, more like just breakfast, somebody DM'd me on Staps, the app I use to find tutor opportunities. A girl, Form 2, so she's like, I don't know, 14 or 15 years old, who needs to tutor English, DM'd me, or at least asked for tutoring, which is fucking great. Hell yeah. But the issue is the first class, it's October 14th, 3 p.m. That is exactly when the Songkangho Master class is beginning. And I can't do it. But I said yes anyways, in the hopes that I can tell her, hey, I can't do it on that day, but I'm willing to do it the next day or whatever. Or the day before, the Friday, you know. So hopefully there's that. But the thing is, I can't DM her that. I can't tell her that before she pays. So she has to pay the tuition fees first. So I don't know how it's going to work. And the thing is, she hasn't paid yet. So step one is she accept my request. B is I accept her acceptance. C is then she pays me, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. But no worries, you know, if HTTA calls me again, if Chunhua finds me a tutoring job, I'm a-okay. But, you know, I think a third job is actually possible. So that's cool and all. And again, excited for the Sung Kang-ho event. Excited for the Fruit Chan shoot. Excited for this, excited for that. And yay, yay, and yay. And I have nothing else to talk about at all. I spent hours today doing research on Chinese history. It's actually hilarious how much I did. But, yeah. Alright, time now is 12:51 afternoon, on October 9th. I slept from 3:30 to like 12:30, like the continuous sleep. I think I woke up a little bit at around 8 a.m., but it was pretty continuous. Typhoon 8 is still a thing till 11 a.m. I actually don't know what's the typhoon signal now, but because it is still Typhoon 8 at 11 a.m., I don't need to go to the job that I'm supposed to go to, which is good news because today at 6 p.m. is the deadline to the IFVA short film. And last night, right before bed, I texted Retablo asking him how are the scores coming, and he said he probably can't finish it. I hate to rush him. I feel terrible for asking him to score my short film in the first place, but goddamn, the deadline is literally 18 hours later. So yeah, fuck, I don't know. So yeah, hopefully I submit my short film in time. This is very much like Wong Kar-wai with his films, like a few hours before submitting it to Cannes, he's still editing the music, like it's very much like that. But yeah, I don't even think it's gonna win any awards in IFVA anyways, but it's like, I don't know any other film competitions I can submit this to. Fuck, I don't know, but that's pretty much it. I had a couple of very vivid dreams. I don't think I've had dreams this vivid for such a long time. And the second one was so fucking emotional and violent. So the first dream involves, I'm back in Santa Monica, and I saw Victor, the Mexican-American guy, who has a crush on Rachel, the other Hong Konger, even though I've never seen them both in the same room before, but it makes sense that they live in the same universe. He confessed to her, and it's this really crazy, extravagant, lavishing confession with like giant signs exploding outside the classroom, and like it's crazy. And then a little bit later, like it's weird and, you know, yay and stuff, but later I told Victor, the Mexican guy, Leslie's mentally unstable. I don't know why I suddenly mentioned Leslie, but there's that. The second dream involves me going back to Hong Kong, and we had to form groups. We were in the hall, and it was this sports activity thing, and we had to form groups, and I don't know where the group of people that I always hang out with. So I decided to group up with the Potato Gang. You know, Ronald, right now I will call him Brian, Andy, Kingsley, Ernest, whatever. And the point of the game is to not let the other team steal something from you. And the other team had Natalie and Nick in it. And here's a computer and there's a mouse, and I have to protect the computer mouse. Or something like that, and then Natalie sneaks attack, and for some reason I was just really, I wasn't angry, I was just really into the game, and Potato Gang, they're strong people and they're confident people, and I'm not, and I sort of want to prove myself. And then someone like Natalie, who's been treating me sort of terribly for so many years, I wanted to prove myself strong for once. So Natalie came through under the table and I kicked her, and then she went through another side and grabbed me, and I stepped on her arms and kicked the thing away. And I was I was pretty powerful against Natalie, actually, because I'm stronger now, and I don't know how Natalie physically or mentally have improved, perhaps. And then Nick suddenly picked me up like a giant, and like it's like he stabbed me, but he didn't stab me. He just tickled me, and his hand stayed there in my back, and it's crushing me, and my back is hurting so much, and I'm like, let me go, and then at the end I surrendered. I'm like, just put me down, please. And that's how the dream ended. I don't know why I'm having such violent dreams, but the idea of Natalie being serious and violent around me is actually really interesting. Like, it's been so long since I've seen her angry and violent, like seriously angry and violent, destroying shit and being harmful to others. Like, it's so, I don't know, if Natalie does that shit in front of me, I would feel so nostalgic, actually, and I would feel a familiar taste, like a familiar sense of home and stuff. Like, I can't find that feeling with people like Zara, Miriam, or even Leia, or even Pink. But for some reason, Natalie's the only person who can, like, trigger that nostalgia in me. Like, kind of, I wouldn't say miss because it's bad times, but Natalie's violence is sometimes kind of mesmerizing. And I'm beginning to see more and more connections between Natalie and Leslie. Like Leslie turns out to be masochist. That's sort of what Natalie is too. Like, a lot of people think Natalie's a sadist and Natalie's a masochist. She just wants people to treat her even worse than she's treating people. And same for Leslie. It's just one edgy fantasy. But I don't know who Natalie is now, anyways. I don't. I've had lunch with her, and I don't. But it is a dream to behold, nonetheless. A dream to behold. Holy shit, 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left. Oh my god, 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left. Fuck it. Drag it down here. Fuck. Let's cut it short. Quiet. Oh my god, 5 minutes. Quick. Here's file. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this, boys. Fuck. Okay, come on. There we go. Quality. What? Okay, it's fine. There we go. My god. Alright, time now is 10:06 p.m. God, my voice is raspy. Nothing important happened today. Again, I stayed at home the whole day, and again, I'm very unproductive. I spent most of today just being worried and stressed out about IFVA. So Retablo came back to his home around, I forgot, like 11 p.m. ish, or actually like midnight, and so he had about 3 hours left, until it's my deadline, right? Because midnight for him is 3 p.m. for me, and the deadline is 6 p.m. So I was like, oh, will he make it? Will we make it, But I let him do it. I trust him. And then I told him the ideal deadline for him would be like 1 a.m. for him, so 4 p.m. for me, because A, I don't want to make him not sleep at all, because that's mean, and B, I need some time for myself to download the song, import it into my project, edit the song into the short film, export it, upload it to Vimeo, and then go to the IFVA website, register, log in, and then submit my short film there. It's a long process, but 4 p.m. finally came. He still hadn't finished it. It's okay, it's not the end of the world. So I started doing things ahead of time. Like, first off, I told him, hey, there are two songs, right? There's the montage music and there's the end credits. Just focus on the end credits. Just forget about the montage. I can just replace that with some other music. So I did. I replaced the soundtrack to the montage to a track that Jackie Leung, the guy who composed for Dreams of an Empty Street, made for Dreams of an Empty Street. And I literally just used that soundtrack. And it's all right, I guess. It doesn't really fit with the vibe of the montage at all. With this new soundtrack, it's much more sadder. It sounds kind of alien, and the worst part is it's short. It's like 2.5 minutes. So I had to, and in this montage, I basically removed all the sound. Like there's no sound. So I had to check clip by clip and bring back the sound from each clip, and even so, it doesn't sound great. But it's whatever. I fixed it. It's okay. It's passable. And then I went to the IVA and I registered everything. I typed in the name of the short film. I typed in, the description, artist bio, whatever. And finally, at 5:20 p.m., 40 minutes from the absolute deadline, 5:20. So for him, it's 2:20 a.m. He finally finished it. He sent it to me, and I immediately put it in my Adobe Premiere Pro in my project. It's pulled up already. I put it in, fixed a couple like sound levels or whatever, made it fade out, fade in, and immediately exported it, immediately uploaded to Vimeo, immediately sent it to IFVA. And the moment I submitted it was 5:50, so literally 10 minutes away from deadline. And thank God I made it. So there's that. And then for the rest of the day, I didn't do much. I watched two short films by Wes Anderson. I'm gonna finish two more later. I really want to draw. I'm going to do that later. That's pretty much it. Tomorrow I have nothing to do as well. I kind of want to go outside tomorrow. Maybe for an exercise. My arms and my chest are still sore as fuck. But my legs are fine, so maybe I'll just do legs. Um, maybe I'll just do legs, and my abs are sore too, which is rare. Usually I do tons of push-ups and my abs aren't sore. It just goes to show how I didn't do any exercise for a whole month straight. But yeah, I want to go out tomorrow, and it's going to be a little bit windy tomorrow. I want to enjoy the wind. I know it's a weird thing to say, but when the typhoon came, I low-key wish I was outside so that I could, like, enjoy, Because I don't get to enjoy that shit in LA, and it's not something to enjoy, it's just, I don't know. But, I mean, I've experienced Typhoon 8 before, so it's not like I've never enjoyed it in my life. I just want to enjoy it for one more time. So I don't know, maybe I'll go out tomorrow and go for another exercise or run or whatever. And that's pretty much it for today. We didn't have any food for dinner, and for dinner we had the chicken breast, tomato, avocado, yogurt, honey wrap, which is something that I would sometimes make in LA. And it's okay. And it's not like a big meal at all. It's not like a dinner-sized meal. So I ate 2 wraps plus some broccoli, but it's enough already. That's already like how many calories, Like a wrap like that is probably about 500 calories. So 2 wraps plus some broccoli, that's like 1,100. So, I mean, I'm all good, and I'm all good. But yeah, there's that. Nothing else. It's funny because after I uploaded my short film to Vimeo, I went to YouTube and looked at my own short film again. And I saw that it's recommending me a bunch of other short films made by students in Hong Kong Baptist University. And they're all roughly 5 minutes long, and I clicked on them out of curiosity to watch them, and goddamn, I'm better than them. I don't want to sound like a narcissist, but they need some work. All of their short films are in 2.35 to 1. But it's not like a rule or something, because I found one short film that was in 1.85. No, one short film was just 16 by 9. Like, there's no special aspect ratio or anything. 2.35 to 1 is just annoying. I don't like 2.35 to 1 because chances are you're watching these short films on a laptop, not on a gigantic silver screen. And a widescreen only looks good if it's gigantic. If it's small, then it's just going to look like two black bars. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't like 2.35 to 1. Second of all, the sound mixing is awful. I mean, that is to be, the sound mixing in my short is awful. So, not trying to be cocky here. I need a good sound mixer. Naja, please help. And then, like, the script is so, like, eh. The acting is eh. The dialogues is eh. Like, it's like they have the same few freaking storylines. Like, it's either a gangster crime movie or it's about, like school drama, like a romance or whatever. It's always the same. Like, even if it tries to be different, it's never gonna be different because it never jumps out the box. Unlike my short film, which is probably too out of the box, like, it's just so abstract. And I'm impressed because it's actually pretty tough to, like, completely let go of the plot. Like, even if I try to be abstract and stuff, I will accidentally make a story up. So I need to really stay aloof and make sure my short film is clean and doesn't have any story at all. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not used to walking around anymore. But yeah, nothing important happened today, like 0. I'm excited as fuck for the Song Kang-ho masterclass, which will happen this Saturday, less than a week. I'm seeing the guy in the flesh? Fuck. Miriam DM'd me earlier this morning, asking me if I'm going, and I'm like, yeah. And apparently Miriam registered but hasn't received an email yet, and I'm like, oh, so I'm good then, because I haven't received any email yet. And then Miriam showed me a Google form, and it turns out Miriam's Google form looks different than the Google form I filled in. Maybe it's because she is a student in BU, but either way, I'm fucking going. I'm going extra early, so the Song Kang-ho, here we go. God damn. Yeah. Not much else. I don't know. I'm getting lost. 3 goals. Meet interesting people. Make money. Short film. I still have some time for the short film. I don't want to rush it. I'm sort of in a bit of a creative block for Objects in Mirror. Not for the Chinese history one. I'm just going off. I really hope HKTA calls me tomorrow. The girl in Stabs, I don't think she had paid yet, so I am not sure. I'm gonna check, actually. But yeah, hey, at least the copyright music shit is over. And the thing with Retablo's keyboard and guitar cover of the song is that it doesn't sound the same. I mean, the first 3 seconds sounds really similar. It's the same guitar chords, the same chord progression, same BPM. Little tom drums going on. Hi-hats, same hi-hats, but A, it's a sequence beat. B, it's actually really different. I mean, the chords are the same, but even the chord progression feels a little different. He told me that he took some creative liberty, and I'm like, good, because I don't want them catching me with this copyright shit. If they know, even if it's a cover, if they know it's a cover song, maybe IFVA will be mean enough to be like, hey, it's a cover song. You need a license to even cover a fucking song. So the more different, the better, But at the same time, I don't want it to be too different. And I think Retablo nailed what essentially I liked about the original song. It's dreamy, it's slow, it's depressing, but it's not like just straight up
flat line, dead, dry, depressing. It's depressing in a dreamy, sort of a nostalgic way, and that's sort of the vibe I was going for. So you know what? Kudos to Retablo. Sounds good. It sounds like it's recorded in a cave, but you know what? For what it is, it's fine. I'm gonna submit it to IFVA nonetheless. IFVA will take care from now on. I don't think I'm gonna win any award, but hopefully all the other entries are garbage and I get like a honorable mention or something, or maybe someone from IFVA see my short film and go, oh man, this guy's got talent, this guy's got potential, maybe we want to collab with him, bring him to a production company, so hopefully something like that happens. But yeah, either way, I just want to make tons of connections here in Hong Kong. Like, these 3 months are vital. Whether it be MM2 or even my mom's student who's in Pomado or whatever production company there is, or even that silly little film workshop that I still haven't heard back from. This morning when I woke up, I thought I would have tons of notifications, but no. So, no idea. But that's pretty much it. I also made an Instagram story, where I held a cup of coffee and looked out the window, which is raining and foggy, and coffee and rain, beautiful combo, right? Beautiful combo wombo, plus a poem. And, it was a corny ass poem, because it doesn't matter what is written. Like, the idea of me writing a poem is corny. Let's be honest here, I'm a fucking idiot. But I tried to make it less corny whilst by making it seem like it have more of a meaning. And it's nice because Leslie liked it, and then Ariel liked it. I don't know, people. So there's that. Oh, also, interesting side note. Rachel and Ashley apparently let some random dude enter their apartment, and that dude was kind of sus because he didn't say anything about his background or whatever, and that dude proceeded to steal their car keys and left. Just stole her cars. Which is weird. Why would you randomly let a stranger in who is suspicious, who doesn't have any background? B, aren't your car keys always with you? C, how does he even manage to steal 2 cars at once? Like, if you steal 1 car key, you drive that car away. Unless you come all the way back and then drive the second car away. But apparently, multiple cars were stolen. And they're talking to the police now, and it's a huge deal, which is like fucked up, but hope the best for them. Small part of me believes that Ashley will be a recurring character. In round 4, she will return somehow. Ashley and Rachel, but very interesting characters. Like Rachel, despite only being 1 year older than me, she feels like she's 10 years older than me, and she's still one of the smallest girls I've ever encountered, ever. But she just has that mom vibe. But she's just thought. She's such a fucking bimbo. Like, damn. But Ashley is literally a child. Like, it's like Rachel's from Mom or something. But yeah, very, very interesting. Very, very intriguing. Alright, time now is 12:27 afternoon on October 10th. Goddamn, it's been like it's been like 3 weeks already or something. It's been like 3 weeks since I've arrived. And it sort of just flew by, especially the last few days. I slept from 3:30 to 11. I woke up by the alarm. I tried to go back to sleep, actually, because I realized on the next 2 days I probably won't sleep a lot, so I should just enjoy the sleep while I have it. Couldn't. Just laid on my bed until 12:15. So I had a small dream about almost missing the Song Kang-ho, not almost, straight up missing the Song Kang-ho masterclass because I had to go to work. But it's like not really work, but more of a group therapy session. It's weird. But anyways, today I have nothing to do again. I kind of want to go out, just go for a run. I don't know why, but my tricep is still hurting. It's ridiculous. It's been 4 fucking days since I've done the workout. My chest is still hurting a little bit. My triceps are still hurting a little bit. So today, if I go out to do exercises, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna do legs, and that's it. I'm gonna do legs, and I'm gonna run plus legs. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's it. Nothing else. Um, and it's already sunny today. Like the storm has just completely disappeared. I guess I just completely sat out the storm. Yesterday I was like a little bummed out, like I couldn't enjoy the storm or whatever. But no worries, it's Hong Kong. Like 2 weeks later, there will probably be another rainstorm. So, we'll see. Um, yeah, and not much else. I'm gonna watch a movie plus anime. I'm gonna do a couple reviews. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna whatever. I'm gonna just chill. The reason why I slept so late last night, even though I don't have to, was that I draw, and I drew 5 photos, and I feel like I'm beginning to master the 3/4 face, but it's still I still struggle a little bit. I want to take photos of myself for reference. But what I should ultimately do is to go to Pinterest and look at people photos, look at portraits, and do that. So I'm gonna do that. And not much else. I just realized that given that Mary is such a huge Korea boo, and the fact that the talk takes place at BU, will Mary fucking show up to the Song Kang-ho event? I'm just thinking. And normally I would say, oh, because I've thought of it, it's not gonna happen. But the thing with Mary is, how in the biology DSEs, I thought Mary would show up, like just a hunch, and then Mary did show up. So I was thinking if Mary does show up, it's gonna be like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll say hi nonetheless. But yeah, Oliver has definitely told Mary that I have a crush on her. I had a crush on her, but it's a good thing that I had a crush on Mary. I moved on. I had a crush on another girl, and I moved on, and now I'm back, like with a whole new perspective. So it's awesome. It would be fucking awesome if I see Mary on that day. It would be a really nice cherry on top. So yeah, that's great. I tried to draw Mary, and that's when I had the thought that maybe I'll actually see her. But you don't know. That's basically it. I hope HKTA calls me today. I hope there's some follow up on stabs. I hope there's some sort of follow up on anything, really. I'm gonna text D to be my co-signer for the triple link apartment. So I'm gonna do that. And yeah. Alright, time now is 10:07 p.m. Nothing happened today again. Yeah, no, zero, nothing, empty nothing, just nothing, just lots of nothing. Yeah, I did go downstairs for a jog. I didn't film anything down there, but I jogged. I went 3 laps around the park, and while listening to music, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm just tired in the first place, but I lost that. Yeah, fucking run fast energy. I think I've lost that. I feel like I run way slower now, but that's sort of the point because it's more of an endurance test rather than a speed thing. And I also I feel fat. Like I just feel like my belly is just larger and stuff like that. I had such a huge lunch today, by the way. But yeah, I also asked D to co-sign for my apartment at Triple Link, and he said no. I asked him why, and he said it's not that he doesn't trust me or anything, but he doesn't trust the apartment, and he doesn't want to co-sign anything that he doesn't trust. And then I thought that was kind of weird because I thought he literally co-signed an apartment for me for TripleLink, and I'm like, and then he asked me who co-signed for me last time, and I said I forgot. I think it was you. And then he's like, okay, but I don't think I'll co-sign. I don't think I co-signed for you last time. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then he asked me if there are alternatives, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, there are alternatives in TripleLink. You can, instead of co-signing, you can just pay 6 months of rent ahead of time. Or I think a few months, like 3 months or 6 months. 6 months is fucking ridiculous. But you know what? Maybe I'll have to go that route. It's okay either way. And that's pretty much it. And like nothing else happened. I spoke with Cliff a little bit. God bless his soul, man. God bless his soul. I hope he lives a nice, simple life in Film 33. And it appears he does, by being a first AC for Canby. I'm sure it's like a cozy little spot where he probably won't fight with a lot of people. And then, yeah, I spoke with Michelle a little bit. That's pretty much it. I don't know, HKTA didn't call me. Nobody called me. Shit. And I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna go to work to my mom's company, and then on Thursday I'll go to work to the Christian interview place. Friday I'll probably do exercise again. Saturday the BU talk of Sung Kang-ho. Really excited for that. And that's pretty much it. I'm not that busy. I'm really not. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And I have nothing else to talk about. I have nothing. Yeah. Alright, time now is 11:21 a.m. on October 11th. Yeah, so I slept from like 3 a.m. to 11 by the alarm. My legs are sore now, which is great, all part of the master plan. I had a couple of nasty dreams. That was just one nasty dream where I put a bunch of cookies and like other desserts on a plate, on a paper plate, and then I start seeing like worms, like earthworms crawling around it. It's disgusting. And then the other dream is I found another girl who is apparently studying in LA film, and she's interning for A24, and I'm like, fuck you. You got to do that? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so fuck. Okay. So today I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to my mom's company and probably do nothing, and then go back home at like 10 p.m. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't think I can find a cosigner. I don't want to find a cosigner for my TripleLink anyways. I'm just gonna pay the 6 months in advance. And then yeah. And then that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to be talked about or said in this world. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta make more connections in France, man. Really do. I really do. I really have to. Hopefully I make some friends in the fruit chain shoot. Meet some interesting people. I go back to LA, I keep saying, oh, I want to meet some interesting people. I go back here, I say, I want to meet some interesting people. The cycle continues, boys. The cycle continues. Actually, I want to talk about one thing is, last night I was editing my college video, and I saw one of the videos, something I said during early September, and that is, I realized that
part of the reason why I fell in love with Leslie was because of my insecurity and my low self-esteem. Um, and it definitely did feel that way because when I was with Leslie, or when I was almost going to be with Leslie, it was like I was a beggar. You know, I was begging for her attention. I was begging for her love. I was begging for her care. I was the beggar. And she didn't care if I don't give her any attention. She wouldn't. But I needed her attention. I needed her affection. You know, it was me who was needy, like a beggar, and because I was insecure and I wanted someone to like me so bad, because I didn't have the confidence in myself. I wonder if I will love differently or find love even more difficult if I'm more confident of a person, you know? I wonder. Last night I was jogging around the streets, and I was thinking to myself, like, you know, I remember the days where I would feel laughed at. I would feel that everyone thinks I'm weak and disgusting, and and I remember those days, you know. I would go home and cry and think about how everyone thinks I'm weak. But I feel like those days are over because we're all mature enough to not laugh at each other, but also because I realized that I'm good at filmmaking. And so if anyone wants to, like, you know, compete with me, at least I can say, well, maybe I don't have a girlfriend, maybe I'm not super strong, maybe I'm not super smart, but at least I'm artsy as fuck. And I can write a script better than you, you know? I can write a story better than you. I'm sorry, bro. That's like my thing now. I've made 6 fucking short films, you know? When I was, during 2019, 2018 era, I was really insecure because at that point I've only made like 2 short films, and both of them are absolute shit. But since the DSEs are over, I made 4 fucking short films, and I'm about to make my 5th. And add that to the 2, it's 7. It's crazy how much I'm grinding, actually. And also again, my YouTube channel, I got 1,700, you know, subs, which is not like that great, but still, you know, it's better than your average, you know. And when Kingsley found out, he's like, what the fuck? Because I don't want to tell anyone, because it's like, you know, fuck off, you're not invited to the party. So, yeah, you know. Alright, time now is 11:19 p.m. So today was definitely more eventful than the last 4 days, for sure. Because the world is moving again. You know, right off the bat in the morning, I ate breakfast, filmed a movie review, had lunch, and I didn't even finish the lunch. I ate half a bowl of rice. And then I just went out, and I was still late. My job is actually supposed to be 2 p.m. to 9, but you know, I was late again. I arrived at 2:30 because of the Sufjan Stevens album review. It took way longer than I thought it would, you know. But anyways, I arrived at 2:30 and I didn't really have much to do again. It's weird because, like, outside of work, I have a lot to do. I watch movies, and I got review shit, I got edit shit, and I have just other miscellaneous stuff to do, like draw and read manga and whatever. And then at work, sometimes I just have nothing to do, which is kind of ironic. Today I have to transcribe a video where essentially I have to look at a video and add some names, like add captions, but I don't add it onto the video on Adobe Premiere Pro. I just write them down. I just transcribe it onto a note, onto a Google Word, not Google,
a Microsoft Word. So I transcribe the Chinese subtitles and then the English subtitles I translate from the Chinese, plus some names and titles. And one of the speakers is my mom in the video, so it was like, ugh, awkward. Anyways, did that, and then for the rest of the day, for an hour, I pretty much have nothing to do. So I started just. I realized that I've been back in Hong Kong for nearly a month now, which is something I hate to say. It's already been 1/3. I wish this could go on forever, you know? Um, and, yeah, I wish this could go on forever. I wish I have way more time in Hong Kong. I'm still not prepared to leave. The more I think about LA, the more I love Hong Kong. Like, just the idea I can wake up on my bed and just go around and just, you know, be chill with things and have good food to eat. I remember like cooking food and eating like junk food, like potato chips and snacks and candy in LA, and it's like shit. It's just like living like shit. I don't know why, but like living in LA is so soul sucking. It's so soul crushing for me. I don't know why. But yeah, anyways, I digress. So I started going to the spendings Google spreadsheet, and I calculated the amount of money I spent, and then afterwards I went out to grab dinner, bought dinner, and it's this cheese beef rice, like beef cube, so you know, and with cream soup, but they gave me pumpkin soup, and it's not the actual pumpkin soup, but more like the Hong Kongers version of pumpkin soup, and then a cup of lemon tea. The best thing about the meal is the lemon tea, because everything else was really mid. When I stood outside the restaurant, a woman opened the door and was like, "Come in, come in." And you know, I could just be like passing by. I could have gone to another restaurant, but they're very desperate for customers, so they're like, "Come in, sit down, have a seat, have a seat." I realized I forgot to bring my wallet, like my Hong Kong wallet, not my American wallet. I have my American wallet in there with American dollars, but they're nothing. So I asked them if I could pay with my octopus, and they said yes. And another woman just sitting there looking at me and gave me a menu, and she couldn't wait. She's like, "So what are you having? What are you gonna eat? What are you having? Steak? Are you having steak?" And I'm like, "No, just the beef rice." And he's like, "Okay." Had the meal, went back, ate it up, finished the whole thing, and then crossed the road, didn't even cross the road, walked 2 minutes to the other place, went to 11th floor and started filming. It's the third week I've been filming kids, and it's just as awkward as the last time. I didn't say a single word pretty much. Didn't communicate with the girls at all. Just kind of a silent observer. This time there's another guy who I think is a little older than me, perhaps 2 to 3 years older than me. And it's the first time I've seen him, and I'm pretty sure it's the first time he's seen me, but I've never seen him in the last 2 weeks, and he acts as though he's been here the whole time. So at some point he came up to me and was like, "Hey, so are you," he didn't ask for my name, he's just like, "Hey, are you here to like film stuff, or are you here to help out?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm here to film stuff." And he's like, "Oh, okay, feel free." So that's that. It's really weird. Yeah, I left, came back home, took a shower, and I went back out again to eat a little bit of pork leg and vegetables and a kiwi. That's it. And I'm full as fuck again. But some other real interesting things also happened. First of all, this morning, or I think it was last night, I forgot, but Universal Music Group came back to me, and essentially, you know, I asked them, how much do I have to pay if it's a cover song? And they said it's still going to be the original quota, the $4,000. The 40,000. Like, what the fuck? I'm not paying $40,000 so that I can have someone else write and perform a cover song. $40,000. There's no way. So I'm not gonna respond anymore. I'm just gonna poof, disappear. It's gonna be great. Now, the other things is the jobs, which is crazy because last few days is like dead nothing. It's just like, man, I wish I could find a third job. I wish I could find a third job. And today, holy shit, it blew up. And by it, I mean HKTA, Hong Kong Teacher Association, called me right before I leave and told me someone wants to, and they already called me yesterday, I think, or a while ago, but I turned it down. But they called me again earlier today in the afternoon before I left and was like, okay, someone in Aberdeen wanted my help, wanted tutoring. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then they asked me, okay, so what's my, they double checked with me, like, okay, so you have never tutored anyone before. And I'm like, yes, but I've helped my friend, aka Natalie, tutor a few times. And by a few times, I mean once. But I didn't tell them once, I just said a few times. And I said, oh, I also help nonprofit organization, help with kids and whatever. And they're like, okay. And then, while I was at the Lai Chi Kok NPR station, before I went up the escalator, I got a call. And so it's really awkward. I had an X on my chest because I had the camera bag and my diagonal bag, and I started meandering around in front of these posters with a phone on speakers just calling. And so the HATA called me and said, someone in Taiku wants tutoring, and it's twice a week, and each class is, and it's also a guy, because of course guys chooses guys and girls chooses girls. It makes sense. It's a guy, and it's $220 per hour, and it's 2 hours per class, and it's 2 classes per week. So $440 per class. A week it's $880, and it's in Taiku. It's jackpot. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. And then while I was at the office, at around 5:20 p.m. or 5:10, I started getting multiple fucking calls. Like, someone called me and was like, oh, hey, there's another one at Choi Hong, Diamond Hill. And then I told them, oh, a little bit earlier, that one of you told me about the Aberdeen case, and the other told me about the Taiku case, and then now this, I don't know. And then I asked him about the Aberdeen case. Turns out the Aberdeen case is closed because that parent found another person. And then I still don't know about the Taiku case, but I told them I'm probably just going to go over the Taiku case. Because I realize, now that I have to work at my mom's company, which is every Wednesday, I have the Christian interview thing, which is probably going to take up at least a day or two per week. And again, on Sundays, I have to go to my mom's company things sometimes as well. And then now we have the two tutoring days in Taiku. That's 6 days. I get no rest, which is bad. Maybe I'm overwhelming myself too much. So I started turning down. And then while I was on the phone with HKTA, another HKTA phone called me. So I hung up and I went to another phone. And that phone basically reconfirmed the Taiku thing, I think. But I still don't think it's 100% confirmed. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna call back tomorrow, maybe. But it's crazy. I think this is a huge deal, but it's still very overwhelming. Like, I need to have my own space and time too, not only to hang out with friends and people, but also like my own short film. Even though I'm probably gonna shoot my short film like for 1 day here only, but still, and also just watching movies, like resting maybe. Like, I can't waste all 6 days on work. I'm just overworking myself. I'm turning into Natalie number 2. So I don't know, but it's good that they're looking for me now. And then next thing you know is I just found out that I got an email from none other than the founder of that film workshop that's also in Aberdeen or near there. That workshop, about 2 weeks ago or 1.5 weeks ago, I sent a CV through Indeed job search to them, and then I followed up with a text, and I followed up with an extra email And they finally got back, and it's none other than the founder himself emailing me back saying, "Hey, we received your resume and everything. Are you available to do an interview with us on October 13th?" Magically, I'm free that day. And at first I'm like, okay, now I've done it. Now I've overwhelmed myself. I got the tutoring, I got the Christian interview thing, I got my mom's company. 3 part-time jobs is whack. I calculated, and if I do more, if I cut off the Christian interview thing, or if I keep doing the Christian interview thing and it's once per week, and then do my mom's company thing. Okay, so Christian interview thing once per week, 10 weeks, I'd say it's $3,500, right? Because it's 350 per day, so 350 per week, so 10 weeks, 3,500. Kind of shabby, but with my mom's company, I can get up to $14,000. With the tutoring, 880 per week, do it for 10 weeks, it's 8,800. So 8,800 plus 3,500 plus 14,000, it's like 20 something thousand. That's way past my goal. I can't overwhelm myself with the film workshop thing. So I have a little struggle, like, should I go to the interview? And my mom said, yeah, it's a good idea. I personally think it's also a good idea. It's good to make connections here and there everywhere. Like, I want to make, and then again, there's a fruit chant shoot. Duh. If I overwhelm myself with all 6 days of work, how about the fucking fruit chant shoot? Come on. And I can't go to that fruit chant shoot once a week because then it's pointless. I want to go there at least twice a week so that I can learn stuff. So I'm gonna go to this film workshop thing. If it's not a great pay, okay, so here's the condition. I'm going to interview with this film workshop thing regardless, because I can turn them down anytime, whenever I want. But tomorrow I'm going to give HKT a call and see if Taiku is confirmed. If Taiku is confirmed, yippee-ki-yay, I'm going to turn down the film workshop. Unless the film workshop is like flexible, like, oh, it's just like you can come in once a week and then you can skip a few weeks, just some, whatever, small money, small changes, whatever, then sure. But the chances are low, but, at least I'll try it out. So that's the plan. I'm going to call HKTA tomorrow to confirm the Taiku thing. If the Taiku thing is done deal, yippee-ki-yay. I just made some money. Yippee-frickin-ki-yay. And I might as well cut off the Christian interview thing. Because I'm not learning anything in the Christian interview thing. Like, Final Cut Pro, I'm not going to use it. And the other media shit, I mean, maybe I can learn some stuff from it, but A, Canon, I don't use Canon. B, I'm not in the camera team. C, I don't do media shit. I'm a film guy. Yeah, so pretty far from what I want to do. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm going to cut off the Christian interview thing, I think. And if push comes to shove, I'll cut off my mom's company as well. Because ultimately, I think tutoring English, it's definitely more fun than the Christian interview thing. For the most part, the Christian interview thing is just me in front of a computer editing really boring clips. But in the tutoring thing, I actually get to do something and accomplish something. So yeah, that's that. So the world is suddenly moving very fast again. Final remarks. Miriam sent me photo when I was buying lunch or dinner, and it's an email to her saying, "I'm sorry, but since the reactions are too passionate, sadly, unfortunately, we can't give you a seat to the Song Kang-ho masterclass." Fuck. So yeah, it's a huge deal. A lot of people can't go. I feel like I can go because my mom sort of works there, so I can just go via nepotism. But the thing with Miriam is Miriam filled in the Google form like a week later than when the Google form was announced. But the Google form she filled in was the Google form BU gave out, and not the Google form that's released to public on Facebook by HKAFF. So I'm not sure how it works, but anyways, I gotta be there now. I gotta be fucking there. And on top of that, like tons of big celebrities, like big time celebrities and like young up and coming directors are gonna be there as well. It's gonna be a huge deal. I'm going to have the blast of my life. Thomas DM'd me this morning asking me for help for some algebra. Or actually, last night, late last night. That's silly, goofy. It's like Form 3 algebra, and he's struggling. That's hilarious. I mean, I would struggle too nowadays, but, you know, mine is a different story, you know. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. So, tomorrow, Christian interview. Friday, another interview, but Christian interview. It's probably just going to be more editing. Friday, I got the interview. Friday, after the interview, I'll do some exercises. Saturday, we got the Song Kang-ho. Sunday, I go to my mom's company. Next Monday, who knows? And then on the 18th, we got the Fruit Chan shoot. So, the game is on, boys. The game is on. And hopefully I meet someone interesting there. I think the chances of me finding someone interesting is extremely low in Hong Kong. Mainly because I haven't revved up my engine. In LA, I had a very slow start. Like, even in round 3, like the first 2 months of round 3, yeah, you know, I had a crush on Leslie mid-March, which was like 1.5 months into round 3. And at that point, I already knew Leslie. And life wasn't even that interesting until like mid-April. And in the grander scheme of things, I only fell in love with someone in LA like 1 whole year plus 3 months after I've been there. So I don't like love easily, and I definitely won't. And in terms of interesting people, I found everyone in LA to be boring as shit, aside from Potter. Potter is kind of an interesting character, but everyone's boring as hell until April of 2023. It took me 1 year and 4 months to fully get people. So the chances of me making close friends in Hong Kong in this session, I don't think it's possible. I'm sorry, I hate to disappoint myself, hate to disappoint you, hate to disappoint myself, but I don't think that's possible. But shallow friends, little Instagram follow, possible. For sure possible. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, you know, the HKTA thing is a huge win, I feel like. It is a huge win. I'm going to confirm with them, and we'll see. Alright, time now is 8:33 a.m. on October 12th. Damn, it's been nearly a month since I've been here. Time flies. It really did. So yeah, slept from 3:30 to 8:15. Woke up by an alarm, obviously. I'm tired as hell. It's been a while since I've slept this little. I should definitely dial my time back to 2:30 a.m. tonight. Yeah, last night I was very unproductive. I started watching The Nice Guys at around 1:30 a.m. and The Nice Guys is a 2-hour movie, so if I had just watched it without any interruption, I would have finished the film at 3:30, and after a shower and brushing my teeth, it would be like 4 a.m., which is not ideal. But thank God I already saw the first half of the movie. And a good first half. I didn't know how far into the movie I stopped watching, you know, back at the CMD auditorium. But apparently it's like a good chunk. Like a gigantic first half. Yeah. And I also finished Steel Ball Run Volume 2 because I had to, Why did I finish reading Steel Ball Run 2?
I just thought, oh, I don't have to go to bed this early. Let me just finish the Steel Ball Run Volume 2 real quick. So I finished it, and it's pretty damn good. Yeah, not much else. Not much else. Yeah. So today I'm going to go to work, and this time it is the Christian Interview Place at Kuntong. Right before that, I need to film myself do an album review of Drake's music, Drake's album. So we're gonna do that. And yeah. It's gonna take up a whole day. It's gonna be 8 hours, and he's gonna give me $350 for it. Not a lot, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna call HKTA to find out if the Taigu thing is confirmed or not. If it is, big deal, huge, I'm happy. If not, it's whatever, it's fine. No, it's not fine. I would be really pissed, but it's still going to be fine because I'm gonna somehow get one from HKTA, get a tutoring opportunity at HKTA anyways. And then depending on that, you know, even if HKTA doesn't work out for me for some reason, at least I got fucking the film workshop, the interview tomorrow, which I'm a little nervous actually because I have done a job interview before once for the math lab, but it wasn't in person. Tomorrow I have to do a job interview in person, and I don't think I've ever done that before, ever. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna shave, I'm gonna look good, and just to let nature takes its course, I guess. And yeah, I realize that whenever I have free time, I should also start working on my USC essays, because I feel like right now would be around the time where I start working on those kinds of things. And yeah, you know, the more I think about USC Film School application, the more I realize that the way I wrote my personal statement and everything was not the right way. Like, it was really well written, like it was really cinematic of an essay, but it doesn't feel genuine enough because it's a sob story at the end of the day. As much as I try that it's not a sob story. Yeah. I don't know. And UCLA, I don't know about USC, but UCLA likes to admit people who have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like Carly. During the interview, Carly's like, what's your other hobby? I don't know, going to the gym. They like that answer because it's such a real answer, you know. Same with Ava. Ava probably got in because she had this, oh, I just really love doing movies, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing actually attitude. Meanwhile, I'm like a fucking, you know-it-all. So, yeah. I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'm gonna leave very fast. All right. Time now is 10:08 p.m. I just finished dinner. I have no time at all. I'm gonna edit a review, watch some anime, and then I think I'm just done with the day. But yeah. Yeah, like nothing happened today. Nothing important happened today. I was like late by like 4 minutes. It was nothing. Thank God, but I didn't film the Drake review. I just didn't have time. I just left. I filmed some bits for Little Syndrome, and then I'm gone. I'm out. And then I went to the Christian Interview Place, and today I did like nothing important there. I spent the entire day editing subtitles. I already had like a bunch of words from transcript
and then I have to use a subtitle editor software, which is really convenient, to create an SRT file for one Chinese medicine video about throat cancer. And then we had lunch. Me, the Christian interview, my employer, and 3 other guys, just 5 dudes, went into 早老, like a restaurant, to have dim sum. We had dim sum today. It was a huge fucking meal. We had crispy custard buns, but it's with a crispy surface, with a crispy skin, which is really good. We got a good handful of vegetables, deep fried squid, curry squid. We had all sorts of dumplings. I had Teochew fanguo, and then the guy ordered like some sort of vegetable bean sprout dumpling, which I've never had before, and I don't really like it, honestly. But it was a huge freaking meal. We had it. We went back, and then I spent another 4 hours. Actually, I already started doing that before lunch, but I had to do another video transcription where I listen to Cantonese and transcribe it to written Chinese, and it's difficult because I'm bad at Chinese and I don't know how to type Chinese with the Changjie writing system, the Chongqi, or even Pinyin. I doubt there's Pinyin on the keyboard, and even if there is, I would struggle. So I just typed it on my phone in my WhatsApp, and I spent hours doing that, and then I finally finished doing that, and I made the SRT file, and then I have nothing to do. And for 2 more hours, my employer basically told me to look for some sound effects, make some folders out of it, and then just call it a day. Basically, I have nothing to do from that point on. Pretty boring. I almost fell asleep when I was going through the sound effects in artlist.io or just artlist.com. I forgot. I almost fell asleep. I was so sleepy. And normally it shouldn't be the case. 4.5 hours is like normal for me. But for some reason I just can't, because in the last 2 weeks I've been so accustomed to having fat, full sleeps. So that's that. Yeah, and then during lunch, the Christian interview guy talked to me a little more about movies. What type of movies do I want to make? I think he really major underestimated me. Because he would ask me, he talked about cult movies and how there's this cult movie called 生法寿司, which is like biological sushi, and it's a film from the 90s, and it's very gory, and it's like a cult film. It's gory, funny, wacky. And then he asked me if I watch any cult films, as in Hong Kong cult films, and he said, oh, for you maybe it's Stephen Chow. And I'm like, no, I watched a couple. In the 80s I watched The Imp and Mr. Zombie, which is classic. And then he asked me if I watch Kurosawa, and I'm like, yeah, I watch a lot of them. He asked me if I watch all of them, and I'm like, no, but some of them, And then they're surprised. I told them, oh, I watched Ron in a theater, and then he's like, oh, really? How? Where? Which theater was playing? And I told them, oh, in LA there are theaters playing old movies, and they were pretty impressed. So he thought I don't really know much, and then he asked me what's my favorite film, and I said Ikiru, but I said, if someone asked me that question in America, I would say Fallen Angels by Wong Kar-wai. And then he started asking me if I can only write a script, what script would I write? And I said, I don't know, horror, but art house. And he doesn't have none of them thought it made sense. To them, art house is art house, horror is horror. Art house means boring, weird movies that are super slow, and the horror is horror. It's impossible. And then I told them, oh, A24 make art house horror films. And they're like, oh, what about vampires? And it's just really difficult for me to explain my idea, because they're clearly stuck 2 generations back, and I am Gen Z filmmaking. Like, even though I don't align myself with the modern, TikTokers or whatever, but I'm very much part of the Gen Z movement of like just pure internet insanity type story, you know, the Daniels and Pong Joon Ho and whatever genre mixing, hyper realist, post ironic, post meta modernist thing ever, and it's just, for them it's just kind of weird. But and then the part that I remember the most is when the employer told me, I heard you're going to the Fruit Chan shoot. um just remember, you go there and then leave. Like, just don't take it too seriously. Don't You're going to hear things, just don't take it personally. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm too weak in front of them. And that's the thing with me is, for film students are usually brutish, especially I guess in Hong Kong. It's part of Hong Kong film culture where I guess filmmaking is like really rude and everyone just yells at you and swears at you. And yeah, it's definitely the toxicity here is like way worse than in LA, of course. But I already know that. I'm already mentally prepared for a very toxic filmmaking environment. I'm fucking prepared. I went to YouTube and I saw some videos and I could immediately conclude that, hey, directors here yell at people relentlessly, like Terrence Fletcher in Whiplash. Second of all, yeah, maybe I haven't truly been like in a toxic environment, but it's fine because I've been through shit. I've been through Film 33, and maybe filmmaking here is even worse than Film 33. That could be true, but I mean, I think the good thing about, or not, maybe not good, but one thing that definitely happened to me after going to LA is that I'm sort of desensitized by everything in the world. Like, if you tell me the girl I used to know who acts all pure and innocent just had anal sex with 3 guys, or my best friend is actually a serial killer and kills cats and takes their livers and whatever, or a fucking, I don't know, I and Tova are secretly making a documentary to attack a professor. Like, that's insane. That's schizophrenic, but it's okay because it's Los Angeles and things don't have to make sense. Because I'm sort of like really far removed from reality. Like, the moment I leave Hong Kong, it's just like things are not really reality, which is why I'm so compelled to, I don't know, try vape and try weed, and I almost, you know, I'm not far from the stage where a girl fucking drugs me with acid or feeds me a cigarette and I'll fucking smoke it because it's not real. Whatever happens in LA is not real. And it is Hong Kong, it's different. I have family and friends here, I have places that I love. LA could just like completely be nuked and I probably wouldn't feel that bad other than for the stuff I have in my public storage. But public storage aside, like if downtown gets destroyed, I probably wouldn't feel that bad because to me it's just like a video game map. And it's different in Hong Kong, I know, but I'm prepared. And also, another thing is I'm a masochist. Again, it may not seem like it that I'm a masochist, and it may not seem like it that I can take shit now, but I'm a filmmaker, and I'm prepared to like suffer. I'm prepared to, soak my hands in coffee grounds and take out trash as a PA, or just move C-stands 12 hours a day. I've done 12 hours. I would hate it if they go over 12 hours, but that could be true and it's a-okay. And that's pretty much it. I also called HKTA and asked them if they confirm with the Taiku case. I called that person, a woman picked up. It's always a woman. That woman picked up and was like, "Oh, do you know who exactly told you about the Taiku case?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot." And then she's like, okay, I'll I think it's Miss something. And then she's like, okay, I'll talk to Miss something. I hang up. And then a little later, right before I entered the MTR before going home, I called her again and I was like, no, it's you. It's your phone number. I remember now. And she's like, what? No. And she's like, oh, maybe like we switch phone numbers around. And I'm like, oh, I see. And then she told me that the parent for Taiku hasn't responded yet, so they can't confirm with me yet, and they suggest that I look for more cases. But I want the Taiku one. It's literally like super close. I'm making $880 per week. I will gladly cut off the Christian interview job for that job. So yeah, we'll see. But tomorrow I'm going to do the interview at the Bible workshop. I don't know how the hell am I going to go there. I don't know what clothes I'm wearing. I don't know what to say. I have nothing prepared with me. I have no idea. I'm just going to fucking wing it. It's okay. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to do some exercises. And then 2 days later, the Song Kango Masterclass. Super hyped up about it. I don't know why, but part of me really thinks Mary will be there. But part of me also not. But I know that Mary would be very bummed out if she isn't there. But even if Mary isn't there, I feel like I'll be meeting a lot of interesting people. Yeah, really extra hyped for the Song Kango Masterclass. For sure. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Fuck. This is chestnut mango flavor. This is a peach flavor.